felambetila, wariye mogodo felambetila. Ila nile, sonkumani bankumani, sonte dunia o.
There was a time when the fields of Western Africa resounded with this chant, as yet another crop of fonio was ready for harvesting. For more than 5 centuries, fonio has been a favorite food of Africans. Not only is it a delicious and nutritious cereal, it flourishes in extreme conditions. And unlike most other native food grains, it grows so fast it can be harvested 2 or even 3 times a year. Nowadays, though, this once popular foodstuff, which has the potential to help solve Africa's food crisis, has fallen into disuse and may well disappear. The reason? It is so difficult to prepare. While other indigenous cereals have benefited from the introduction of husking machines, fonio, which is no larger than a grain of sand and which has 2 brittle husks, is ill-suited to mechanical preparation. It is still painstakingly pounded, threshed and cleaned by hand. Traditionally, the chore of preparing the cereal has fallen to women. But the job is so tedious that it was commonplace in some villages to measure the stamina of a young bride by her ability to prepare fonio.
Husking fonio is so hard. Your whole body aches. At night, you're so exhausted, you're too tired even to sleep. Your hands are blistered and the husks fly into your eyes and blind you.
It comes as no surprise, then, that the women are more inclined to choose cereals that are easier to prepare. But all that is about to change. Sanoussi Diakité, a Senegalese mechanical engineer who runs vocational training courses in Dakar, has invented a machine that will put fonio back on African tables.
Fonio is linked to our past. It's part of our tradition, coming as it does from Africa. But I do notice the difference now between how much fonio was eaten when I was a child and these days. And I know it's because of the husking process.
Diakité's machine works on the principle that, because fonio is so delicate, the blades in the husking chamber must be abrasive, yet supple enough to lightly rub the husk from the grain without damaging it. Now, thanks to his enterprise, what once would have taken more than an hour takes just 6 minutes. And there is another bonus. The machine's simple design means it can be built at low cost and easily maintained. Fueled by a desire to revive a food he enjoyed as a child and apply his technical know-how on a practical level, he utilized the facilities at the Lycée de la Fosse in Dakar, where he teaches manufacturing and automation techniques. It took 3 years of effort, toiling alone, often through the night and at his own expense, to produce the energy-efficient prototype. In a country, or indeed a continent, where life can be harsh, Diakité's passion, will and commitment have enabled him to overcome all the odds, a feat recognized by the director of the lycée.
A person has to be pretty special, extremely dynamic, willing to make huge sacrifices and have unlimited patience to achieve what Sanoussi has achieved.
The African Development Foundation has declared its support and is financing Diakité's second-generation prototypes. The Rolex funding will provide seed money for mass production, planned in early 1997. Once the factory is up and running, Diakité plans on employing many of his former pupils, thus helping reduce the level of unemployment among the young. Recognition has come from respected agronomists, both in Europe and Africa. But developing the world's first husking machine for fonio is one thing. Convincing the women of Africa that it actually works is another.
The women were very sceptical. They said, yes, we'd love a machine like that, but we must see it with our own eyes first. And when they did, they were astonished.
At first, we couldn't believe it. But now that we have seen that he really has made a machine to husk fonio, it's just great.
And now that the wearisome pounding process is no longer necessary, one of Africa's best-loved cereals is set for a revival. In Kolda, the Rolex Laureate's hometown in southern Senegal, his invention has caused much celebration.
It's an honor for me personally, this prize. It's an honor for my country. It's an honor for its people and for Africa as a whole.
It's hoped Diakité's project will serve as an example for other young African technicians to follow. More importantly, it's expected to have a long-term effect on food supply, agricultural and nutritional research, and on the improved production of other native grains throughout Africa.